Tokyo Ghoul Route A episode 8 came out. Real talk though, like I don't know why, but I felt sad as shit watching this episode. I was just like, why am I feeling so sad? Like the music behind it was all melancholy and shit, and the long pauses that everyone kept doing, the stares between the character. I was just like, I feel sad as shit watching this episode, and nothing happened that should have led me to like feel some sort of sadness, but it was just the music was right, the pauses were right, you know what I'm saying? The stares between the characters was right, the scenery was all right, the snow coming down was all right. I was just like, man, like I feel sad as shit. Like I feel like I'm about to witness the end of something, and I was just like, that's silly for me to be thinking this. You know what I'm saying? That's silly because I was just like, what the fuck going on? Like, what the fuck is going on? But this episode was cool. You know what I'm saying? Again, I just felt sad watching. I was just like, what the fuck? And then when that woman started singing, I was just like, oh man. But nothing was happening. Yoshimura was literally making coffee, you know what I'm saying, for people, for Coma and that other chick or whatever, and they were just talking. He was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna miss them. So I'm just like, okay, I can already tell the foreshadowing for this episode was gonna set the fact that the CCG is under the impression that he is the mastermind of everything, like he is the owl or whatever. So they're gonna attack Anteku. They said in the end, we want to attack Anteku and get rid of the owl. The owl is at this shop right here. So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, like it's foreshadowing that, you know what I'm saying, Yoshimura could possibly die because, you know what I'm saying, of that foreshadowing. A lot of people could possibly die. This is the episode that's gonna sort of pit. This is the episode that's gonna kind of like reveal that even though Kaneki thought that him leaving would make him stronger to protect everyone, him not being there is what's gonna fuck everything up. So you can kind of see that, you know what I'm saying? Like him not being there is gonna lead to some people being fucked up that he cares about, and that's gonna kind of fuck everything up in his mentality. So you can kind of see it from that. But I was just like, man, I feel sad as shit watching this episode. Like it was so lighthearted, and they would talk. I think it was because so many death flags were raised because they kept talking about everyone's future, and they kept talking about, you know, like even Nishiki was just kind of like, oh man, I don't understand women. And then you see them two dudes behind him. So I'm just like, well, fuck, man, you might not get a chance to understand it because they're probably gonna kill her ass. And then like Toka was talking to her friend, like, what do you want to be in the future? Like, what do you want to be after college? And talking about growing up. When people usually talk about shit like that, they usually die. You see what I'm saying? Like that character never usually makes it past that point because they keep talking about the future. So I'm just kind of like, oh shit. We get the backstory with Yoshimura and his kid. You know, Yoshimura was named Kuzan back in the day, and he wasn't a nice dude. You know what I'm saying? As we can see, he was not a nice dude. You know what I'm saying? He was just killing human and ghoul alike. Didn't really care. You know what I'm saying? And he was recruited into some organization to, you know, just kind of be their puppet in a way. And he thought that, you know, him going there would help him appease his loneliness because he was lonely, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? And then he meets this woman. What was her name? Ukina. He meets her or whatever. She works at this coffee shop, and you know they love blossoms between the two of them. You know, he ends up falling in love with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she accepted him. She saw that he was a ghoul and she accepted that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was just something that he had never really done before. He kind of, you know, opened up his heart to her and all this sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know what I'm saying? They had a blossoming relationship, and she ends up being pregnant. But it goes into his backstory or whatever, and we see that, you know, he was in love with, you know, Ukina. They were in love with each other, and they had a blossoming relationship, and she ends up being pregnant. So that was kind of, you know, like, whoa, like a ghoul and a human going to have a child, and yeah, he ends up being pregnant. She ends up being pregnant, so I'm just like, wow, you know. And I wonder who that child was with the green hair. I wonder who that could have been. I wonder who that child with the green hair could have been, because I see the mother and she reminds me of a character who also has green hair, who also has some sort of shady background, who also knows a lot about ghouls, even though she is a human. I wonder who that could be. But stuff's about to pop off though, man. So let me know what y'all think about this shit though, man. This is gonna be a weird recording because a lot of shit was going on, which you're gonna see because I'm gonna leave that part in. So you're gonna see why I'm sort of discombobulated in this video. Energy's up, then it's down, then it's up, then it's down. So you're gonna see why when you look past the bloopers and see that shit at the very end. But Vash Stampede, man, go. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh fuck, man. And then like we get the backstory with Yoshimura and his kid.
You there?
Yeah.
Oh, were you there? I'm sorry.
And he says that she made the ultimate sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And hold on for a second. Hello? What's up? No? Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Just watching some anime. I ain't never heard that before. Like how do you say it? Is it Mew? Yeah, I ain't never heard that before. Mm. All right. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.